Good morning, good morning. How to create a fabric bowl, with no sewing and glue. Or should I say, how not to create a bowl using glue. This was a mess. A huge, huge, huge mess. So much so that my glue fell over onto my desk and it was just one huge mess. Did I enjoy it? No. So, a while back I saw someone on YouTube creating a bowl using glue and fabric scraps. That was before I created my slow stitching bowls. So I looked at it and it looked so easy, and I thought 2 days ago, you know what? I feel like doing it. So I came up into my workspace, did not really prepare anything. I just came, sat down. I did bring up a plastic bowl covered with some plastic and decided, how difficult can this be? So in a little bowl thing, I put my glue, added some water, and I think that was my first challenge. I don't want to say mistake, but I added too much water. So my stuff was very, very, very watery. So then I couldn't actually decide, am I going for pieces of cloth or am I going to go for paper? Because I had all my papers here and I thought, oh, look at my beautiful papers. And then at the end I thought, let's go for the cloth. So with my paintbrush filled with very watery glue water, I started to apply my pieces of cloth onto this thing. So, will I do it again? I don't know. I really don't know. I once again took all my hand-painted cloths and some of my other stuff. What I did correctly was, I remember the woman said, remember the first one you put in. If you want to look into your bowl, it must be the right side must go onto this because you're going to see it. So I did an old vintage, I don't know if you can see a vintage little cloth dyed, I put in first. Then I just added cloths, added glue, and at the end, as I said, I had my glue in a smaller little bucket than this, with this huge thing, and it just fell over because it was really a huge, huge mess. So then you can see this, that came up to there, you know, and then when I looked at it, at the end, I tried to salvage it by putting a doily on. I had to fasten it with a piece of leather because it was just dripping and falling off. It was, as I said, a gooey thing. So when I looked at it a couple of hours later, I also used some string to keep this whole thing together. So when I looked at it a couple of hours later, I saw that doily color and everything doesn't go with the top part. So I just pushed it in, made it really, really kind of wild up, and voila. So once again, the moral of this story is try new things, but not everything is going to be a natural thing. As I said, the slow stitching with the cloth just came naturally. I just love doing it. This, I like messy. I really like messy, and I don't like perfection, but I had very, very little control, and I realized I actually don't like having so little control. So this is my bowl, and I must admit, I wanted to go the route of very earthy, so I've got that. I did that. What I'm going to do with this, I have absolutely no idea. And you can see some of the pieces inside is not even glued on properly, so that I'll have to glue it. But this time I'm not going to put water in my glue. I'm just going to glue that piece on. So yesterday was my birthday. Thank you for all my wonderful messages. You made me feel so blessed and special. So I thought it was very funny. Previous years, remember, my kids, no families close by. So I usually have a dinner thing, if it's nachos or whatever, low key, but for my closest friends, you know, those that can come. And then before this birthday, I just thought, no, I really don't feel like catering. I really, really, really don't want to do it. So at the end, poor husband wanted to figure out what I want, and I really said, listen, really, I don't expect anything. I just don't want to cater. I don't want to clean my house. I don't want to cater. It's just too much for me at this stage. So I decided I want to go to the harbor, eat a nice platter of fish, my favorite thing, after I went to my charity shops. So we went to the charity shop, and yes, I overdid it totally again. Had the time of my life. Afterwards, went to the harbor, ate my lovely seafood platter. We invited friends, and came home, slept till 5 o'clock. It was a wonderful birthday. Went to the beach with the dogs. Husband even cooked last night. It was just lovely. It was just a very slow key, very lovely day. So thank you for all your beautiful messages as well. That just put the cherry on the cake. So what did I get at the charity shops? Because I'm going to use this to liven, is that how you say, this little thing up? This needs some life. As I said, when I look at journals and stuff, I go for these darker ones and these very earthy ones and brown, blackish color ones until I create one, and then I see, this is not me. I need to put some life in this. So in the one charity shop, while his husband was paying, I saw this basket, and in this basket I saw lots of goodies, and I thought, I'm going to take the whole basket. I don't have time to look, so I am just going to take the whole basket. So things that I got, once again, very, very nice twine. This is really, really very, very nice to do my slow stitching and things. So you cannot let this go, you know. I really, really love that. Then look at this. This is cotton braiding. Isn't this just the most gorgeous thing? This was 30 Rand, so $1.50. But I mean, this must be meters. I love this. This for my clothing, my vintage linen clothing from serviettes and stuff. This is fantastic. So that's what actually got me into the buying spirit, because this is just the most beautiful. Then braiding, but look how beautiful that is. So more braiding, and then more of these things. I've got so many, but they were there in the bucket, so I'm not going to leave that. Here you can see, these things was all in here. Beautiful little stuff that I can put on all my, in my gratitude journals. But look at these beautiful. This is what I actually saw at first, and I thought, wow, these things are never been used. They are paint brushes. They are very good quality and fantastic. So, took them. Then I saw, this was another thing that caught my eye. You know, I am now starting to play with journals and stuff and things that I never did before, like this. I've never done this before. I never made something. Can you paper mache or things? I mean, when I was in kindergarten or young, but not after that. So this is new for me. I am learning to play again and finding out what comes easier, natural, and not. So I saw this little stickers, and I just thought, oh, they're going to look beautiful in my journals. So I am now even going the sticker route. I also found some, that was another charity shop, found some stencils. Remember, I only got the one, and this is just beautiful little stencils, and I thought, you know, $1, I'm gonna love that. So I am now stenciling, I am gluing, I don't know what not, but I am, as I said, growing in creativity and having the time of my life. So there was just some more slow stitching yarn, big safety pins. So all things that I really use, even some glitter. I am going to use this in my next paper that I'm gonna make. Why not? Why not put green glitter in my next paper? I must admit my one bin is filled up with paper, so I need to make paper, because I'm now also a recycler. Can you believe that? But this is actually what I found, that I thought, you know what, in this little thing I am going to give this some life by putting some of these little paper, I don't know what this is made of. I am just going to add this to my little thing and just give this some life. Isn't this awesome? As I said, now it's starting to come alive. Perhaps, I don't know if I'm just gonna do it on one side or if I am going to go for the whole thing around. I don't know, but look at this. Oh man, this is not bad. So I am just using all of these little sunflowers that I got yesterday, some little leaves. What I am going to put in them, I have absolutely no idea. In this bucket, I don't know. But once again, use what you have to create what you need. Oh, I got a phone call yesterday that made me very, very excited. One of the charity shops that I visit, she asked if I would come and give a morning workshop or something, just showing them what you can do with charity shop finds. At first I thought, oh my goodness, I have no idea what to do. I don't think I'm up to that. And then when I got home, I started looking at my YouTube feed, and I realized, oh, gratitude journals, how to use cloth making, these little things, slow stitching books, and now I'm so excited. So I don't know if something's gonna happen or if what, but can you imagine how lovely that's gonna be? So I also thought, just go there, see what's in the shop, and then just, like I do every day, use what you have to create what you love. Look at this. Isn't this actually beautiful? I mean, really, this is very precious. I mean, I made this. Can you believe it? And I used glue with a little bit water, some doilies, some of my pieces of hand-dyed fabric, and sunflowers. And just look how much life that brings to the party. So, once again, just keep going. As I said, when I looked at this and it was on this thing and it was so high, it didn't look right. So I just pressed it in, then let it continue to dry. I actually wanted to put things on it while it was still. You need to do it. With this, I realized the only time when you can really put and work things on if it is still wet, but not too wet. But it was really so messy. I thought, I don't feel like that. At that stage, I was fed up with this. This was not an easy project for me. But, so I just pressed it in, left it there, forgot about it yesterday. This morning when I came in my workspace, I realized, but oh, I remember these little things, and I thought, this is all that my little bowl needs, just a couple of flowers. And now I can put in there whatever I want. Voila. If I can, you can. The joy of just playing, the joy of creating new things, even the joy of finding out I will have to put this on properly after the video, but just the joy of, it's like painting. It's like any piece of art. You just keep going until you are satisfied. Voila. Well, so in that one packet there was also these little froggies and stuff and flowers. I will be able to use them, glue them into my journals. So I love them. Then as I was going into the area of the one charity shop, there was lots of things lying outside and someone was just putting that in bags. So I saw all of these doilies, but they are really not very, very pretty and nice, but that suits me to the T, because now I don't feel bad to dye them. So I am going to put them in coffee and tea and rust and I don't know what. These little ones, not very good yarn. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I hope that I will be able to dye it. So these are all dirty, stained, ready to be thrown into bags, or I don't know what they wanted to do with it. So at the end, I took everything that was there, and the man asked me, how much are you willing to pay? And I said $1. So I got all of these and I just took this that was also lying there. Look at the beautiful little stars. So I took all of this for $1, and now I am going to, I don't know, tea or coffee or rust. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I've also realized I love the cream. Absolutely love the cream. The white is just too white for me with my journals and stuff. So perhaps I'm just going to throw this in ordinary tea and just get a creamy color. You know, not those crazy, these ones that created my little bowl. I told you after this, I don't know if I actually like this very, very dirty things, but that is exactly what I thought I'm gonna like. Once again, I wanted to go this route, this very dark route, and earthy and burnt look. And when I got it, I thought, oh, a little bit too dark for me. So once again, you know, it's so awesome how we look at other people's things and think that is what we actually like. And then when we start creating things going that route, we realize, no, this is not me. This needs a little bit of life. So it's just awesome. The creative process teaches you so much about you, what you like, what you don't like. It's just magical. So, oh, this one I actually also got there. Look at it. Isn't this just gorgeous? Also a little stained. So I don't know, but this is just absolutely beautiful. There's also a little one. Oh, so beautiful. A little palm tree with flowers. So I got all of that for $1. So then in the other charity shop, the one that I bought these in, the stemples, I found this 4 serviettes. And you know, it was my birthday, so I said to hubby, do you think I can buy these linen serviettes? The 4 of them they were 25 rand. And I thought, oh, do you think I can buy them? You know, it's my birthday. He just burst out laughing. He said, get this stuff. I mean, this is actually the only things that I have so many beautiful, beautiful linen pieces that I do not want to mess up by dyeing them and tearing them and so on, that I use to make my clothes and stuff. So I've got so many, and I said I'm not going to buy more of them. And then I saw this, and oh, this is just so absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, linen. Linen is just another thing. I just absolutely adore the feel of linen. Oh, it's beautiful. So this is what I bought for me as a little birthday present, 4 serviettes. This I also found. There were many pieces of cloth and stuff, but they were kind of too expensive. I mean, I'd only go the very cheap route because I'm going to use them to dye and rip and whatever. So this old tablecloth, this was also 15 rand, I think. A nice huge thing in this green. I am really going to be able to use that in my slow stitching things. Look how beautiful this piece of cloth was. This was 10 rand. Absolutely gorgeous. A cotton linen type of thing. Very, very good quality. So as I said, this was 10 rand. I also thought in my journals, in my stuff. This is going to be beautiful. And then I saw this. It was just so precious. Can you imagine this? This is a tablecloth. Also very, very stained. Really very stained. But look at the beautiful little scenery. Isn't that just too gorgeous? It's done in cross stitch, I think. But it's now wrong side around, but you can see. Isn't this gorgeous? I think this was 30 Rand, $1.50. But I just thought, wow, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. But this is so, so precious. It's little people walking. Oh man, I just absolutely love this. So that was it. Oh yes, and I found some very, very nice books. Also, look at the beautiful paintings, pictures that I can use. I don't know if I'll be able to tear this one up. But I bought it for the beautiful paintings. And it is really very old, very, very good paper, quality paper, not shiny at all. When I saw this, I think all the books there was 10 Rand. And I just love this. Look at just a piece of paper I found there. Somebody wrote on. I just use this in my journals. It's just so precious. These things. Husband said, this fell out. I said, just put it back in. This I want. I'm going to use it. Then I also found a wonderful book with beautiful pictures, photos. It's about rock and roll, the road work, rock and roll turned inside out. It is gorgeous. Look at that photos. Paper is fantastic. Once again, there's even a photo of some family I don't know them. I found this in the book. Oh, can you imagine who they are? So look at these photos. It's just gorgeous. So once again, will I be able to use them? Tear them up? I don't know. So then, you know, these beautiful art books. This is just about dancing and how to paint dancers, but I bought it for the beautiful pictures and stuff once again. And then it was just some more music sheets and music sheets and music sheets that I'm gonna dye and cut up and use. Look at this beautiful photo. So that was me. That was my birthday yesterday, and as I said, I had the time of my life. Found all of these goodies, and who knows, perhaps I'm going to do a workshop of why I love thrifting so much. Because use what you have to create what you love. So a while back, I started with this journal. Remember the one I made the video showing you how to do this. It's the same as this little ones, but I've never did finish this one, so I need all the signatures are mostly done. So now I just need to put it together. I'm just not very sure of but I mean these are those beautiful, beautiful eco-dyed papers of mine. So I don't want to mess them up. I actually want to use them. And on this journal, it's beautiful. Combine them with a little bit of leather. I don't know. So yes, I feel at that stage of my date or creative journey, there's too many things that I want to do. I want to finish my journal. I want to make paper. And I don't know, there was something else. Oh, and husband, remember I showed you, made me this, a beautiful, it's not on my neck, a beautiful piece of jewelry from cutlery, and I want to make a leather thing to put it on. I couldn't find one at the charity shop, so now I need to create my own, like I did with this one. It's just pieces of leather with. So that I need to do, who knows what I'm gonna do. So love you lots. Thank you. Thank you that I can share my journey with you. And if I can make a little thing like this, looking like absolute earthy, you know, doesn't this look earthy? Then you can do it too. All you need is glue and water and some cloths, and there you go. Love you lots. Have a fantastic day creating whatever makes you come alive, because that's what life's about, finding the life in us, start to walk in the life, flow in the life, unlocking the gift of life moment by moment. I'm learning. Love you lots.